What if the still water you were standing beside wasn't empty, but hiding something that wanted to drag you under? Next, we explore the legend of the bunyip, Australia's most terrifying water demon. You'll learn what the bunyip is, where this mysterious creature comes from, and why its roar still echoes through stories told for generations. And stay with this video until the end, because the most horrifying thing about the bunyip is not how it kills, but why no one can agree on what it really looks like. What exactly is the bunyip, and why has it haunted rivers and swamps for centuries? The bunyip is a creature from Aboriginal Australian folklore, a spirit or monster that lurks in rivers, billabongs, and swamps. Its name comes from the Wemba language, roughly meaning devil or spirit. Descriptions of the bunyip vary, which makes it even more terrifying. Some say it looks like a giant seal or dog, with slick fur and enormous size. Others describe it as a monstrous hybrid, part horse, part crocodile, with flippers, tusks, and glowing eyes. But the one thing every story agrees on is this: the bunyip waits in the water and it is deadly. But where did this nightmare begin? The legend of the bunyip has deep roots in Aboriginal culture, where it is both a creature of fear and a spirit of warning. For the First Nations peoples, the bunyip wasn't just a monster, it was a guardian. It lived in sacred waters, punishing those who broke cultural laws or wandered too close to forbidden places. When settlers arrived in Australia, they heard these stories and added their own interpretations. They described bones and skulls found near rivers, strange roars echoing at night, and ripples in billabongs that suggested something massive moving beneath the surface. Over time, the bunyip became both a cultural warning and a cryptid legend, half folklore, half mystery of the wild. What makes the bunyip so terrifying compared to other water monsters? The bunyip is feared because it is unpredictable. It doesn't always kill. Sometimes it roars, a deep, booming cry that shakes the ground and freezes anyone who hears it. Other times it waits silently, dragging its victims beneath the water without a sound. Some stories say it hunts women and children, pulling them into the depths. Others describe it as attacking livestock or travelers who dare to cross its territory. But one of the most chilling details is this: the bunyip leaves no trace. Victims vanish completely, their families left to wonder if they were taken by the water or by the creature beneath it. But if the bunyip is so terrifying, why do people still go near the water? Part of the fear of the bunyip is its mystery. Unlike other monsters, the bunyip has no single appearance. In one story, it has the body of a seal and the face of a dog. In another, it has tusks, a horse-like tail, and flippers. Some describe it as towering in size, while others say it is small but vicious. This uncertainty makes the bunyip far more frightening than a monster with one face. The imagination fills in the gaps. It could be anything waiting in the water: the shadow beneath the surface, the ripple across a still pond, the shape moving just out of sight. So what happens when someone actually meets a bunyip? There are many stories of encounters. Settlers in the 19th century reported hearing terrifying roars in the swamps at night. Some claimed to see enormous shapes in the water, larger than any animal they knew. Others spoke of livestock vanishing without explanation, dragged into rivers where only blood and ripples remained. For the Aboriginal peoples, the stories were even darker. They told of people who broke sacred laws, only to vanish near the water. The bunyip was not only a beast but a punisher, reminding people to respect the land, the waters, and the traditions tied to them. But what is the bunyip really? A spirit, an animal, or something worse? Some researchers suggest the bunyip legend may have been inspired by real animals, like seals wandering inland, crocodiles in the north, or even the bones of extinct megafauna discovered by early peoples. But folklore never reduced it to biology. To those who believe, the bunyip is no animal. It is a monster that belongs to the water, a spirit of death, and a predator of humans. The ambiguity is what makes it horrifying. If it were only a crocodile or a seal, it could be explained. But when a legend stretches across centuries, across cultures, with no single form and no single truth, it becomes something else entirely. It becomes fear itself, lurking in every ripple of dark water. The bunyip is not just a monster, it is the shadow of the swamp, the roar in the night, the reason children are told to stay away from still waters. Its form may change from story to story, but its hunger never does. So the next time you stand near a river or a billabong, and the surface of the water ripples without wind, step back. Because the thing stirring beneath the water might not be fish, it might be the bunyip.